Well, next on the bench at Psychotech Labs. My friend Tiny brought one of these tiny amps. Oh yeah. Actually, I'm just being a smart ass. Tiny's not tiny and his amp's not tiny. Yeah, next on the bench is a Kopy Kat. We found a blown up resistor in there, one of the ceramic resistors, but we didn't find any place where it went other than there's two of them on the metering circuit for the volts, I'm assuming. I'm going to assume that that was an old blown up part, and this part's are replacement parts. I'm going to get a hold of Tiny and find out if he knows if anybody swapped any parts out in it. We don't have a 220 volt variac, so we're going to be pumping 110 volts into the windings of the transformer. Well, 120. Actually, it'll go up to 140 on the variac. So we're going to pump that in there and test the high voltage. We'll be pulling the tube because you don't want the tube in there. So that's next on the bench. It's Psychotech Labs. Stay tuned. We'll be back. Welcome back to Psychotech Labs. Okay, so we put the new breakers in, got that all wired up, so it's got circuit breakers in line again instead of being wired direct. Got our 220 plug out here. Getting ready to plug that sucker in and turn it on and see what it does. There's no tube in it. So, yeah. Later we're going to talk about the amp meter. It's basically been unhooked. So, we'll talk about that later. We don't need the amp meter hooked up to check the circuit. It's been bypassed. So, dear God, keep me safe, and let's plug this thing in and hit the switch. Does this shit scare the hell out of me? Hell yes it does. Here we go. Power light's not on. So I'll have to check the power light out. We're running at 4,000 volts. That's 4 kilovolts. System's holding. No flashovers, circuit breakers aren't popping. Fan's working because I can see dust blowing there. Okay. We'll let that bleed off, and yeah, while it's bleeding off, we'll continue working on the Phantom 500. When we turned it on, we had a flashover and a snap, but I'm not seeing any place where it's flashed over. So we're going to go back on that project, let this bleed off. Thanks God for keeping me alive, and we'll be back after these brief messages from sponsors that we don't have. Welcome back to Psychotech Labs. So we're on the Kopy Kat linear. That's what we had for a parasitic. So a friend of mine, he's been hanging out once in a while here, helping out. He made this parasitic, and he made this here flexible strap, And we're going to solder the flexible strap on there and put in our new parasitic, and we're going to get that tube put in there too. Oh boy howdy. Then we're also, before we put the tube in, because I don't really like turning this upside down with the tube in, we're going to check out the power light and see why it's not turning on. So that's what's in store for today. Stay tuned for another action-packed adventure of Psychotech Labs. Okay, so that's the new parasitic circuit, all installed and ready to go. The tube's in place, the power light's burned out. I don't have a replacement because that pole's too big, so I'll have to order one. Doesn't matter though, I don't need the power light to power it up. So if I power this thing up and if it goes kaboom, then we'll know that tube's effed up. These tubes can randomly flash over inside as they go bad, and they'll get worse and worse, arc flashing out faster and faster. So let's hope that's not the case. We'll be back. Okay, run out of things to do on the Kopy Kat linear other than the power light. It's burned out. So we're going to go ahead, plug it into 220, turn it on. We've already done this and we're just fine with the tube out. We're going to power it up with the tube in, and if it goes kapow, we got a bad tube. So let's get her done. Okay, did I mention I really hate this part? Well, nothing should happen when I hit the power, but when I hit this high voltage, shit could hit the fan. So here we go. We're going to leave it on for a few minutes, let the tube warm up, and then hit the high voltage switch and see what happens. You God, please keep it safe, and please let this puppy work so we can get it off the bench. This is the part I hate, the 3-minute wait. Yay! You guys getting bored yet? I am. And I hope this works, man. It does. Still gonna get the power line, and we have to go over the DC amp meter. That'd be for the plate current. That circuit's unhooked. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Has it been 3 minutes? Probably not. Close enough. Let's hit the high voltage and see what the hell. Hey, we're powered up with the tube in it. 4,000 volts. Seems to be holding. You guys know what that means, right? Yeah, we're gonna have to shove some RF power up this thing's butt and see if we can achieve amplification. Oh yeah. Well, thank you, God. Oh no, you guys are disappointed it didn't blow up. Don't worry about it. We're going to have plenty of linears that blow up on Psychotech Labs. We'll be back. Welcome back to the Kopy Kat project. Alright. So, we fixed the parasitic, gone all through it. I said the plate current meters bypass is unhooked. More on that later. I know I keep promising that, but we'll get to that. Okay, we're going to go ahead and hit the power and wait about 3 minutes for the tube to warm up. Alrighty. So nothing bad should happen because we don't have any high voltage yet. We're going to be spanking that with a Palomar TX75. So we're going to be spanking it with 75 watts of input. Alright. We better turn our meter to the 2000 position. Fan's working. I can feel air blowing out of that. Everybody feel free to entertain yourself by playing elevator music in your head while we're doing the exciting warm-up phase. That's Psychotech Labs. Isn't this exciting? Is it going to blow up? Is it going to put out power? Am I going to be happy? Is Tiny going to be happy? We'll find out. What we got for time?
1 minute, 40 seconds.
What? That feels more like 10. This sucks, doesn't it, boys and girls? I know, right? Fun, fun, fun. It's Psychotech Labs. Yeah. Sorry I don't have any music to play for you while we wait.
1 more minute.
Almost there. Whoa, scared the pee out of me. Alright, here we go.
You still got 42 seconds.
We got the high voltage. This has got its own keying circuit. Let's see if she keys. Oh, she's keying. Oh, yeah. I'm getting 12 hundo out of it. 18. 2 kilowatt. 2 kilowatt scale. Do we need to do anything else? I don't think so. Let's say that's a wrap. Other than we have to build a plate current meter circuit, or maybe we'll just not use that. I mean, you'll have to have it. Yeah, right. So we gotta have a power light though. I gotta order that. And damn. Apparently our parasitic oscillation circuit's working. I didn't see any smoke or fire, so we didn't burn that up. So cruising along on the Kopy Kat project. And by the way, build quality. Let's talk about build quality. This thing is built like a friggin' tank. I love the way this linear is built. Loved working on it. I mean, even though it had some issues, they're all fixed. Easy linear to work on as far as being able to get to everything. Look how big it is. So it's nice, you can jump in there. Yep. Well, my heart's a racing. How about yours? Alright, so we're going to call that a wrap for today. We spent some time working on that Phantom 500 project too. Yeah, that's not going well. We got to come up with 450 volts in that thing. And the center caps have been cut. But that's another day and another project. So, anyway, damn. We paid my 2000 watt scale. And we did it all with just 75 watts. Isn't that crazy? Alright, thanks for watching my videos. We'll be back. We're going to finish up a couple little things and you know, get this out the door. Catch me later. Have a good one. Psychotech Labs signing off. Okay, we stuck a power light in here. We're going to try to run it off the little 12 volt power supply they got in there. Not sure though if this turns that power supply on or not, so let's turn it on. Nope, that one's going to come on when I flip that switch. I'm going to have to add another one for the power. So it should come on when I hit that. No, it doesn't. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, I think I can scrounge up a small diameter 110 volt light to put next to the power switch, so that when you turn it on, you'll have a light that shows it's actually on. We're going to let the high voltage bleed off. It's nice to have this light tied into that, so we'll get one wired into the 110, and yeah, then this puppy's done. Catch me later. Okay, so the amp meter circuit for the plate. Okay. Amp meters, it's supposed to go through the amp meter. Okay, this one here, it actually is hooked to the high voltage down there. Okay. Then it's going through the meter. These resistors here. Now you're only supposed to use like one resistor, and technically it's supposed to go, if you look up an amp meter circuit, it's supposed to go across here. That resistor in the amp meter circuit is called a shunt. Now in this case it's going to ground. It's really supposed to, it's supposed to be hooked up in series in the circuit, so you're actually drawing current through the meter. Yeah, this is going to make the meter go up, but it's not really going to show you the amperage. That's just not going to happen. You're not going to see the amperage, the true amperage. We're just going to leave it like that. But it's not showing the true amperage. So, anyway, just thought I'd point that out. It does make the meter go up, but it's not an actual amp gauge. Catch you later. Psychotech Labs on the Kopy Kat project, signing off. By the way, pretty much done with this. Tony's coming tomorrow to pick it up. So yeah, I want to thank everybody for watching my videos. This is probably going to be the last video. I don't have a power light to put in it, but that's an easy circuit to do. We can do that anytime. Oh nice, my camera's not focusing. There we go. Alright, catch y'all later. Thanks for watching. See ya.